All right, it is, I believe, Thursday, December the 9th. Here's the me and Roger got along the other day against this power line. We got these trees done the other day before the last weather band. Well, anyways, we got rain, I think, through the weekend. I can't remember when the rain was here, but anyways, so we spent Monday, Tuesday in the mill working on maintenance, pull maintenance, and working on rolling stock, getting motors, engines found and stuff for fork trucks. And Blackie got pulled in the shop, big meat start on it, and I started on the Franken grapple for the 624 KR loader we got coming. And then yesterday morning, Wednesday morning, we come in and made another stab at this job, and it was a mess. That's all I could say. We have been I always look at it in our area where you got 15th of December to the 15th of June is a real son of a buck, and some years you get sooner or later by a little bit, but that's your general. Well, it's getting closer and closer to the 15th of December, so your decisions are having to get better and better on the dirt. So we scared ourselves out yesterday and we came up with a wild plan. We worked through that. That plan didn't work, so we had to come up with a plan B. So here's plan B. And there's where we run the other day. Still wet, it's a little freezy on top, so it looks better than it is. And we scraped beside it and started running this. We got today and tomorrow to log yet, but we got 3 more days of logging to do. So we're gonna have to have one more run after this rain, and that's gonna get tight. So I'm gonna help Robin today. I'm gonna run Brutus and help feed Robin, because me and Derek's got enough cut to last us. Derek's trucking lumber because it's getting towards the end of the week, and he jumped off to truck some lumber so we could keep Morgan and Chris to run skidder and truck. We're just going to do the best we can to accomplish all this, is all I can say. Monday, Big Daddy has to go in for a scan, so I'm going to have to be on the boom. So we got to come up with a plan also to get ourselves set up for Monday, because I got timber I got to cut back here. Derek can't cut it, I'll have to cut it, I think. That's where we stand. A little bit nerve-wracking. Let's get going. Had a couple oopsie poopsies yesterday. My ash trees leaned out in the field real hard and they overrun me. As I was cutting them, they flopped over top of my head. Me and Rob's gonna set up down there in yard, but I'm gonna cut the rest of this peninsula out with Brutus here before he gets, because he got a little bit of logging to do over here yet to finish up. But he's the main show in town today, is Robin. This den operator and the knuckle boom operator, them two are the hub of the logging crew, and they have a very important job, him and Big Mama both. So any help they can get, any backup they can get, is always going to be noticed in your production numbers at the end of the job. Basically all the rest of us, timber cutters, truck drivers, skidder men, we're all doing all the things that it takes to keep them two fed. And that's basically, in a nutshell, how this logging operation works. So he's got a few hours to do up here yet, and I got some slow aggravating cutting. I don't know how we're going to do all this. I think we're going to get enough weather next week to get the job done, but that's subject to change. We're getting closer to 3-day weather patterns. Man, you get up close to the 15th of December now. After the 1st of December, it's situation yellow probably. It could jump at red at any point in time, you know. You got to be prepped for it. And me and Robin, neither one shoveled our tracks out. It's going to get, we'll get a thaw out today. We'll have to make sure and shovel our tracks tonight. But they just got a little bit here and a little bit there, and then they're ready to move. All right, I haven't covered logging this section much, but we're getting down to where weather's making a lot of our calls for us. And it's the 9th of December today. We're getting lined up here. What's going on is Robin is getting things cleaned up, and he's made it all the way to where we're at. Him and Chris has bucking up and hauling off the yard. Now he's got that little bit of mess to clean up right there, and then after he gets that mess cleaned up there, he's gonna move down here to this big old pile, and then by then we need to be done and turned around and got everything stocked up, all the butts forward. The reason the butts be forward is the value, the 80% of the value of the tree is in the bottom 20% of the tree. So you're cutting up to accordance to priority. The priority first is the butt, and then you work your way down the priority list. When you get to the tops of the trees, that's low grade, coal, that type of thing, and you don't want that making the decision. You want to start with what's important, making the call, and that sort of thing. So that's why we're doing it like we're doing it. But first, those of you who don't understand hardwood, now pine, that could be different. I don't know, I'm not a pine guy. But on a hardwood tree, your big value's in the bottom. So we try to get all the butts forward, get all the pile made neat, so when Robin gets here and gets the cutting up, he can do himself a good job and get along quite well. So I'm just sorting because I don't want to cut new ground till I know we got a bird in the hands two in the bush, so to speak. So I don't want to cut up cut more timber until Roger and Morgan has got most of the wood to me and sitting right here. And then after we're looking at it, after it's condensed, and we can tell what's going on, and we'll check the weather before I go back and cut another tree. Derek's cut most of this back here. That's Derek's wood, and we're basically sorting and stacking Derek's wood. Now I cut around by Derek's cutter there, around by Titus, down over the hill there, and around this, and then up the thing. But Derek's cutting most of the wood in this run. I was doing other things. Brutus was actually parked, and Derek and Titus cut most of this. And they got some big poplar coming out. But after this is all done and all is stocked up, we still got 2 days of logging. So we're trying to figure out, and that 2 days of logging needs to go to fresh ground. So we're probably gonna have to shut her down. Whether we want to or not, we're probably gonna have to shut her down here and let Robin and Chris catch up. Let me just tell y'all something. I am so proud of Chris and Morgan, because they're the new kids on the block. When they come out here and start to doing things, man, this wood started moving, and they are figuring things out. Now Chris has got a lot of heart. He's like me, he's got a lot of heart, and he lives by values. Chris is a man of principle. That's the way he's always been. Now Morgan, he is, I look at him, I mean, everybody's got their things, you shouldn't label people, but now Morgan, I think he's sharp as a tack. That kid, I don't know how he got that way, but he was made out of good juice, let's put it that way. So Morgan's not experienced at logging. So he's having to learn stuff, but he learns real quick. He's a good problem solver. So between him and Chris coming out here, they've helped us solve problems and keep the flow up, and while we're doing this transitional thing, getting people in here to keep things moving, keep this inventory stocked up and get ready for the winter. Now here's the thing, you got people like these guys, you're gonna have to keep them fed. In the winter time when we're sitting there full of inventory, these guys will have projects to do. We got used equipment bought to put money into and get stuff fixed up, make sure everybody's bringing home a paycheck, at least getting 40, you know, that type of thing. And getting ready while the mill's sawing out this inventory we're building up. It's the most efficient time to log it from the 15th of August till now.
There's one of them survivors on turnaround yet.
Okay. So I mean, it's just, and everybody needs to have fun. Running this equipment's fun now. Everybody needs to, I'm big on that. I want everybody to have their fun. using the truck today, and I could have been trucking, but we're wanting to get this done, and I'll blow my truck up, so I don't really have a truck to run. So I'm helping. The priority right now, today and tomorrow, top priority is Robin and Chris. Them's are two big dogs in town the next couple days. And all of us, it's here and loose, are just doing what we can to help Robin and Chris. Help make their lives a little bit better. We can get a little bit more wood squeezed out of this situation. I'm gonna attempt to turn this tree around. This is not my normal. I'm just kind of doing what I can to help out here. And the idea is to make a good stack that's quick, Robin can grab out of, just lickety split, and never have to stop and wait on a skidder man. When you got whoever's got the priority at the time, and that always changes from everybody on the job. It goes from skidder man, cutter man, log trucks, knuckle boom operator, den, tiny, whatever. But whoever's got the priority at that time, you got to do what you can to help them out. And until this weather gets here, it's Robin and Chris. It's top priority. And Mama. Of course, Big Mama's where all the rubber meets the road, going through Big Mama, so she's always priority. There's very few plans that the knuckle boom ain't the priority. But today it's Robin and Chris, and getting that wood pulled out to Big Mama and stuff like that, and getting that, them logs out there to the yard. These trees are doing us no good sitting right here. They need to be in the yard. My stack is getting a little stackier than what Brutus can stack. Let's do it this way. All right, come on, Brutus. There we go. Although Brutus is doing okay with this. I worry about wearing my quadco head joint there, because I think them heads, they got like a pin and a thing around it, and I think them heads need to be like a roller bearing, but they're not. Like a house bearing on the machine itself, but they're not. I'm not the engineer, but it concerns me. This application concerns me because you're doing a lot of swinging with the torque on it. Whereas when you're cutting timber, you might swing a little bit, but you're not doing much. But this thing, you might tilt your head all the way around, you know.
You want me to take that one directly to Robin, or would you just throw it on top of the stack? I didn't know if you could pick it up or not.
And my radio's messed up, so he can talk to me, but I can't talk to Morgan. See right there? That guy has no experience logging. But right off the bat, he's like, hey, you want me to just go ahead and take this to Robin? That's the type of mentality an experienced logger is supposed to have. Not a rookie. It's slimy. Roger's been having to patch their hole down there. They got that bottom is soft in the bottom down there. I had a little time while I'm stacking wood here. I've been wanting to do this a while. Some of these comments are really good that y'all's giving me. And I wanted to make sure and highlight some of these comments y'all are sending because they're really good. And I want to share some of the stuff that I'm learning on this from the comment section that I think you all might make utility out of also. This one comes in from Wayne P. He said, don't forget, if you build a back bumper, put a big tube across with doors on the end to store long stuff like sledgehammers, long pick bars. Also put some extra tow hitch receiver tube under there to store your various hitches out of the way. I've never thought about that. You may also want to tow receiver tubes on each end of the reinforced bumper so you pop an I-ring in for which out of the back or the road. For winching out or back on the road. Same with the front bumper, at least 3 receiver tubes, left, center, right. You also had a big service truck with a pop-up tow bar on your deck. That would make a great way to mount your vise.
Being able to mount it on the left corner, the rear bumper, and the right corner, and at least one position in the middle allow you to rest hydraulic cylinder on while servicing them. For the diesel fuel tank, you can put a fuel door on the side of the camper shell, which I've already done this. You fill it, use a fuel breakaway for the hose hidden in both side front cabinets, so you can open it, which that's a lot. Hang on. So you can open the door and the hose connects to either side, or mount reels above the fuel tank on the inside to the front wall to the camper shell. This way you only have a nozzle hidden in each forward box to pull out. Werner's does this sort of thing. Very good ideas. Sorry I butted in and that's the way my brain works. I'm sorry, guys. But that's a great idea. I mean, I already did. I did some of that, and some of it was off his suggestion here. But the fuel on both sides, with no more room than I got in my service truck, I couldn't do fuel on both sides. I just out of room for parts. But just want to share that with y'all if you like that.
Well, it's late. It's about dark 30. About 4:30. It's coming out of the woods about 4:30. Ain't too bad. But I got all this back end cut today. Look at that nasty snag. Let me just knock that down. That don't need to be sitting there. Y'all don't tell anybody I had this snag where I busted it off. It'll be our little secret, okay? It looks terrible. I'm gonna cut it off. Some of these had some big old tops back here. Some of the big top ones made a casualty or two coming down. But anyways, Thursday evening, cut late, got her done down to this here, and we had an emergency where we had to work on a crossing today. I didn't get that on film. I was wide open. Had to work it on the crossing. Tomorrow we should get this skidded out by lunch, and that leaves after lunch to get all the rest of that done. Boy, if that's the case, I think we might win. It's gonna be another full day tomorrow, and if we can get this wood all out all here and up there sitting at the yard, man, we'll be way better off. And boy, that'd be a win now. Be a win. So next week after the rain, then all we have to do is truck the logs off. I would be, if that's even possible, that'd be a miracle. I would be just beside myself if we could get that done. They got softness bottom. I guess Morgan was crossing, fell through the crossing and just walked. Said the skidder went, back tire dropped about 3 foot. He said, I thought I'd turn the skidder over, just busted through, and boom, there it went. Robin's knocked the crap out of this big stockpile today. He's still got a lot of it there, but he's whittled on her. Boy, what they're doing, man, good job, guys. Man, if they don't get this done tomorrow, I don't care. They're still winners as far as I'm concerned. We're all winners when we showed up this morning, as far as I'm concerned. But boy, if we could get this done, it would be amazing. Would damn sure be amazing. And I know I'm out in the field. I'm gonna try to tread lightly here. Oh, tired. Well, we've made a dent in it. I'm ready to roll. Get on down the road, rather. Get on down the road. Here, I'm going to fuel up everything before we leave, but I think we're poised without breakdowns to win this. I think we can do this. It's going to be full day, but I think we can do it with our people, man. I think we can do this. It would just blow my mind if we did. After this, it's crane bound, and once we get the crane, we'll be all right there, we think. I'm out of that freaking crybaby fluid for this thing, so if I want to make it home without this thing going into limp mode, I think I better leave her off. Although I will say this, that exhaust fluid hasn't been too bad so far on my truck. But the jury's still out on how well it's going to last. I had a light come on the other day, said something's wrong with it. And I know a lot of you out there's probably running new trucks, but this is the first machine on the place that takes that crybaby fluid. So we'll see how it works. Thanks guys for watching. One thing I wanted to say is everybody out there, do be safe. Please, we all got to go home at the end of the night. There's other people relying on us, and let's not forget that. Thanks everybody, have a good one.
Hey guys and gals, don't forget to go to logyourway.com for all your Log Your Way gear. Thanks. How much you pay me to say that?
Man, how much you gonna give?